Well, and of course, it's exactly 33 minutes past 9, just about a few minutes to the top of the hour of 10, and we're into the very last minutes of the show. And as always, I'm joined with the panel in here, still with Joram Paul Soko, but Peyton Mumbere just joined us in here to be a part of this discussions. Quite lots of discussions are coming up. He has lots of very interesting insights he has to share in there for you. But of course, all this is powered by Altex East Africa Zabu. Definitely just there, *292 hash. You'll be available with quite lots of options. You can buy government bonds and securities on Altex with as little as 15,000. That is, you get insurance. The market's already open, of course, at 8:15 as I speak right now. They're already in operation. 8:15 a.m. till 3:15 p.m. That's East African time, Monday to Friday, except on the weekends when they don't operate, and also on the public holidays. Now, there is no reason as why you shouldn't own government bonds and company securities. Zabu just made it much more easier. Any part of the country you will be at, and with just your phone, no more hassle, no more paperwork that is involved when it comes to buying company stocks and securities. Zabu, my money, my future. Altex East Africa, do something new. Well, now getting to our discussions this morning, Joram, we had a discussion earlier on in our very opening update. I think even Petson will say something about it regarding the digital acquisition skills. Recently, you were at FlyHub, and some sort of discussions trying to equip the youngsters with internet-related skills, software managing, and quite a lots of that sort. And we believe it's very instrumental to labor capacity enhancement.
Well, by the look of things, one of my questions I asked during that interaction where FlyHub was launching a partnership with Stanbic Bank, they were actually saying it's to help the local businesses. It's to, include the local businesses into, let's say, the financial technologies. It's entirely financial inclusion into the digital kind of transactions. But the only challenge is, even when I asked, my question was, every time these companies are always having initiatives targeting local businesses.
Definitely.
But ideally, when you look at the provisions available, they are only looking at the commercial. Even the terms they use, you look at, according to the facilities they set up or the infrastructure they create is normally afforded by only the people in the commercial world. So, because for me, I believe, well, the world is it's one digital journey ahead of us. But then, if we are to look at that, people who have more money lately, by the way, according to what we are seeing, is the commercial. Let's say the corporate class no longer has a lot of money.
Sure.
And because of the fact that for them, they are obviously in the bigger picture.
Okay.
But when you look at the corporate companies in the country, they've got a lot of business challenges. That is why we are seeing a lot of layoffs from the from the corporate class than even in the SME sector. But when you look at the small SMEs, of course, these are people who earn more money on a daily. People who earn money on a daily basis. These are people who are supposed to be included so much in this kind of
such schemes,
such initiative skill. Because for them, they only use. By the way, they only use their smartphones for entertainment.
Very true.
Less of information even. They only use it for entertainment. You'll find the apps, they have very few apps. They're only in there when they are stressed and they're like, let me go through the app and see some videos, some music and everything. But then in the corporate world, where people actually know the importance of these phones, are the ones who actually use it but are not so effective.
Okay.
But even the skills uptake, I mean, people haven't got that skills. You are talking about the small, medium enterprises, let's say the smallholder farmers, but still also in business. They have those phones, yes, but very few have those smartphones. So
that can
still
be very
it's still quite hard to include them to the digital world, like you're saying.
Okay, but you saw there is also some other aspect I looked into. You're either a software developer or you're using the software, and of course, majority of us have interacted with different softwares and using that. But there was this aspect which was challenging, and probably how I wish we could, as this generation, could look at it this way: why can't we also be a part in developing these softwares, in maintaining these softwares? Because I believe that's the channel, that's the avenue to earn in the digital economy. Regarding that, I mean, we need to raise more youngsters to develop softwares. It's not hard, by the way. It's just about commitment and dedication to what you're doing. Because there are many times whereby you're interacting with the software and probably there are some issues that are happening and you have to call the software person. But if you have a software engineering aspect in you, those are costs you're actually reducing for yourself. Of course, I'm not saying the software developers are not relevant. Definitely, there are things you, the person interacting with the software, you may not know. But what I'm saying, it's important to have that knowledge on how to interact with the software. In case of any dysfunction, it's not really functioning like how it ought to, you can sort that problem as a company within that internal aspect. And it can also increase your value as an employee, because you can also help you can be, now that's the aspect of labor capacity enhancement, whereby you become a resource to other companies, where you can be sent out to help them on their software upgrading, and all that. So that I found that discussion quite very interesting.
I think on Pedersen is part of the digital uptake. He was right when he says that when you look at the locals or people actually in downtown in the CBD, most of them are taking up this digital thing so seriously. When it comes to the marketing, trade, business transactions, they prefer hard cash, most probably, and their marketing strategies are not this kind of strategies of marketing on social media. They prefer the mainstream. If they are to market, they want television direct, radio, or you've heard of people using public speakers around the areas about something, because they know that is the best way
to advertise,
because that is
reach
more,
out to people.
It's more like destructive marketing to them. Because with social media, the funny part about social media is people normally say social media has quick returns on investment, but you never know whether it is social media that's even, because everyone who's on this social media phone, I want to tell you, we've all been on YouTube, and an advert pops in. You actually feel irritated.
Exactly.
So that irritation just rubs you off immediately,
and then you press skip,
and you don't even take time to see what was being advertised.
But at least maybe you just know of an idea. Maybe there's this company. But that irritation makes you rub it off your mind immediately, because you feel like something is it's wasting your time. And that is why you could easily see, for example, an influencer may give you figures and tell you, I have pushed this hashtag, I have posted this on my Instagram, on my Twitter, and I've received these comments, these likes. But the question is, have all these engagements, are they potential customers, or they are people who follow the person just for anything? Even yes, I've seen people like and scroll, scroll, and so you get to ask yourself, is it a quick return on investment? And this is something that the banks have forgotten to tell these people. How do you develop a website? How effective is it? Because the money is in downtown, like I said. But if these people get to know the importance of this social media, for them they are more about this kind of mainstream marketing. Marketing of, you take your advert to the radio, very much so that anyone who listens to the radio and listens to your phone, the chances are high they will call. If it fails, you cut. So because the radio will give you, I have this reach and everything. But
so most of the social media that we have in here in the country, very many of them are just for fun. That I am telling you.
So true.
Should be social,
It's just social media.
I want you to say this. Every time you speak sense on YouTube, no likes. But if you come with nonsense,
very few views.
If you come with nonsense, you get likes. You get. So that's.
So people are just using social media for interaction. They use it for, it's less of business, I will tell you. Because I've seen people pushing business issues there, business hashtags, and you realize everyone just scrolls down. They don't want to know anything. So Ugandans are very quick to at least watch a video that is about entertainment, gossip. So Ugandans have a lot of time for gossip, and then for the business world. So that is where you find it quite difficult. But of course, the money is in downtown, like I mentioned. I think banks should every time they have these initiatives with these financial technology companies, let them also have engagements with this with these people downtown. How can they be of help to them if they don't have the quality smartphones? Which initiative can be done because they have the money to buy these smartphones?
They do.
But how can they take good use of these smartphones and at least make sure that their businesses expand with that? I think that's my take.
Thank you, Joram, for that. And definitely, we're still on this discussion. Peterson, you were planning to talk about something related to solar.
Yes. Agri-solar technology.
Yes.
You see me like I normally tell you people.
A village.
I'm a villager. I like agriculture so much.
Yes.
And so these are the stories that I normally work on. I normally make follow-ups and stuff like that. Now I realized yesterday I covered the story about agri-solar technology. Agri-solar technology. It simply means using solar in farming. Farming. Like for example, how? If you want to, like for example, you want to watering process of your plants and stuff. You can use solar to water your
plants,
crops and plants, something like that. That's when we're in a dry season.
Okay.
You get it?
Yes.
It simply means that even when we're in a dry season, you can still cultivate and produce as much as possible. And you take to the market and you get money. You don't need to wait for rainy season for you to start cultivating. And that's the biggest problem we're having now. If you go, I have done some good research in Russia and some other more developed countries. For them, they don't wait for whatever climate to start cultivating. No. They start there and then. Anytime it's a cultivation day. Any day is a cultivation day because they use solar. People would prefer using hydro and fuel, maybe use a generator.
Exactly.
Sometimes those things, according to experts, they're saying if you use hydro, it's much more expensive compared to solar because solar just needs sunshine.
Sunshine, okay.
You get you just need sunshine and you kick off your own production.
Okay.
And it is friendly to the environment. You get it doesn't get out these emissions like you see when you use solar. You get some emissions that come out. It's not like that. So agri-solar is the best way to go. And by the way, the biggest problem we're having at the moment it is now the uptake of these technologies.
Actually, I was about to come to that question.
The uptake is still very low. Because sometimes we lack finance, there's lack of capital, maybe to buy those and such things. But still there are some companies around here in Uganda that have come out to offer financial services to the agri-solar ecosystem. You get it? Yes. If at all you want them, there are companies that are here. You can find them here in Uganda, and they support you. I have seen the agri-solar technologies taking place in my district where I come from. I have gone to leave Muvuku, but I've gone to some areas where there's a lot of dryness. They are using those. They are not waiting they can't wait for rainy season to start stuff. So basically that's it.
You talked about something interesting. Recently, in Fort Porto, there was still something in relation to that, but this time around to clean energy solutions.
Yes.
And the most very interesting part in here, they partnered with financial institutions. That in case I cannot, of course, some of these things probably they may not be affordable to some people, but in case you go to that company has partnered with the financial institution, you can reach out to the financial institution. You tell them, I need a loan. They give you a loan to purchase that, and that makes. And I think that's why this uptake is still low. People know and they really want them,
but they normally think that it's expensive,
and that's what
exactly is expensive. Yes, but I'm telling you, buying a solar or using hydro or fuel, all those are costs.
Very
buying a generator, all these are costs. Remember, if you use solar, that means the cost of fuel you'll have cut them off. You get
very true.
You just need sunshine.
That's sunshine.
And let me tell you this. This is interesting. You saw farming is big.
Very.
If you go to certain landing sites, let's say in Katwe, in my district there's a place called Katwe. Katwe, Kavatoro. That's where it's a landing site. They deal in farming. In fishing. They get fish from the lake, sell what. But during rainy season, it becomes hard for people who are dealing in silverfish. You know silverfish? These small. When I came to here, they call it mukene.
Okay.
Now, those people who are catching those silver mukene, it becomes very hard for them when it is raining.
Why?
Because drying them is very expensive. There is no sunshine to dry them.
Okay.
And they will go bad. And that means no money. But if you have a solar that you're going to use to dry off these, you see there are machines that are meant to dry silverfish.
I've never seen a fresh one.
Yes. You've never seen a fresh one?
Which looks when just from...
Me, I have ever seen it.
We normally find them after being
already dried.
Now, when it is raining, when it is in the rainy season, they can't dry them off because there's no sunshine. And you know the end results? They go rot. They rot off, and then no money. You get.
Yeah.
But if there is a solar that is connected to the other machine that is meant to dry silverfish, then the process is going on. You don't need. So that's why I'm saying solar. It can be used in any type of climate. For it is reliable. You don't need to wait for dry season or rainy season. The process goes on. The cultivation goes on. The fishing goes on. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Benson, for that insight. That's very interesting. And you know, currently we have changing weather patterns, and you know that's why it's very, very sufficient. Well, we're coming to the end of the show, and I'm definitely very grateful from where we started from. You've been quite very interesting viewers in a way, and of course, hope you've been able to get the right information, and you're going to use it appropriately as you're heading towards the weekend. Go back, internalize, see where you went wrong. And definitely come back for the coming week when you're really fresh. That's what we do on Smart Means Business, and above all on Smart 24 TV, definitely giving you that business information. Well, I've been with Joram Paul Sonko, of course, even after later join in with Petson Mumbere regarding the different discussions on solar, agro-solar tech in that very matter. Don't forget our social media handles at Smart 24 TV, that's on Twitter, Smart 24 TV official, that's on Facebook, and Smart 24 TV Live, that's on YouTube, as you will be able to get us at whatever part of the globe you will be at. In the United States of America, in Australia, well, Smart 24 TV Live, you will be able to stream that way. And channel 394, that's on Go TV, and channel 372 on DSTV, you will be able to get us at whatever part of the region of East Africa that you will be at, as we bring you the latest in the world of business, both local and international at the same time. And definitely great thanks to the entire SMB team, and of course from the production that makes sure that you get to see this content out there delivered with much ease and of course very informative aspect in that regard. And the entire SMB team at the same time we would love to wish you a very amazing weekend. Like, definitely don't forget to go back and strategize. It's all about business at the end of the day. The fun is important, I know that, but still you have to reflect back to see how best can you be a better business person at the end of the day. Till next week, a very good morning.